Okay, everybody. I am Star Director Rhonda Coleman out of McLean, Texas. And I wanted to come to you guys today and talk a little bit about surpassing your sponsor. I know a lot of us get caught up in that person brought us in the business, and we don't want to surpass them. And, guys, the way our comp plan is set up, it is absolutely okay to surpass your sponsor in this business. So everybody has their own matrix. Everybody has to put their own oxygen mask on. There is no I in team. We are here to help each other. So when you get started, you want to make sure that you understand the comp plan, because if you understand that comp plan, if you master it, you don't have to wait on anybody. You can learn this business, and you can absolutely take yourself to the next level, because our comp plan is set up to where it's a 3x9 force matrix. Mr. Bradley has it set up to where you can go as wide as you want, but you can go deep as well. So when you're building that depth, you definitely want to be able to look down off in there and see what you have as you're building depth in your organization. I want you to think about Mr. Orlando Moore. He is the number 2 income earner in the company, but he was 12 levels deep when Mr. Bradley found him. So you can actually build width and depth within your business, and that's going to actually help your business grow. There's an old age saying of whether you should build depth or width, which you absolutely should in this business and what we're doing. And a lot of people are scared that if I surpass my sponsor, they're going to be mad at me. I don't want to leave anybody. It's not that you're leaving anybody. You just want to be able to push everybody into the right direction, because we're all financially attached to somebody in this organization. You know, Ms. Watkins is actually attached to Mr. Bradley. Mr. Philip Rollins is actually attached to Ms. Watkins. Ms. Cindy Bergerman is actually attached to Ms. Watkins. You know, Ms. Watkins, people used to think that I was direct to her. I'm not direct to her. I'm 4 or 5 levels deep. So you can definitely synergize with your business to keep it up and going by building that depth, by looking down off in there. I definitely want to use an analogy. I want you to think about the root from the trunk of a tree going deep down into the soil. When you find that main root, you have many offshoots to that root, and the offshoots are in search of water so that they can grow and get their nutrients. Look at your upline leadership as that tree that's already planted. It's already there. So you should always be following the path of that upline so that you can get that taproot following down off into those shoots, which is considered the networking. When you're offshoot to your leads and your contacts, then those roots are going to grow deep. They're going to sprout. They're going to spread out. So it's okay to know that you can go deep in your organization and not be scared to surpass. You don't have to wait on that next person to help you. Understand that comp plan, and it's definitely going to take you to the next level. I always say, would you rather talk to 10 of your sharpest prospects, or would you rather talk to 10 complete strangers? So if you put one person into the business, you can taproot through that one person just by saying, hey, John, I need you to get 10 of your sharpest people on the line with me. If you can get 10 of your sharpest people on the line with me, that right there is what you would call taprooting into the business. Then you don't have to go out and talk to 10 complete strangers, because you know John. And if John edifies you properly, then that's where you're going to get those 10 prospects from John to bring into your business, and it's going to help your business grow without you having to go out and talk to 10 complete strangers. This is how you're driving down into a leg and taprooting, by reaching out to what you already have. A lot of people are scared to do the reach around and talk to other people that somebody has brought into their organization. Don't be scared to talk to somebody else. If you can see them sitting in your downline, they're probably waiting on you to come and talk to them. They're probably waiting on you to come and ask them, do they need help, because they don't know what to do. So never be scared to talk to somebody else that's sitting in that downline just because Lisa brought them in or Tanya brought them in. That's how you dig deep into your organization to see what you already have sitting there. When I came into the industry, I had no clue about anything. And the young lady that brought me in, Miss Valerie Powell, I have never worked with her on anything. But Pastor Madeline Alexander came in, and she handed me off to Miss J.P. Watkins. So that's where that you can build within your organization, and it's okay to surpass your sponsor, because I actually surpassed my sponsor. And it's not a bad thing. I'm sure Miss Valerie is not upset at all that I have surpassed her in the business, because it actually helps her. It helps her leg of business. I always said I never wanted my upline to worry about my leg of business. That's how you have to think. You have to think that you don't want your upline to worry about your leg of business. You want them to be maxed out on your leg of business. So always make sure that you're doing your part and when you're working with your business. And there's a saying that when you burn a house, you burn that house faster by lighting the fire in the basement. Burn it from the bottom up. And that's no different with your business. If somebody comes in, you're starting at the bottom. So we want to light that fire right then and there. If we're lighting that fire right then and there, then it's definitely going to sprout upwards. And then we are able to do that tap rooting and make sure that we're getting our uplines involved in what we have going on. A lot of people don't want to introduce their uplines to their new prospects. Guys, the way you make money into this business is get good. If you put somebody in, introduce them to your upline sponsor. Introduce them to your upline director. So at least if something happens with you, if you get sick, it's okay for us to reach in and talk to that person to help them get to their next level, because it's going to help you get to your next level. It's going to make sure that your business continues to grow in spite of you, because we're able to actually help them understand what they have their hands on, because you're not able to be there at that time. You can't be worried about if somebody's going to take your downline, because we're not here to take anything. We're actually here to help each other grow, to help each other be successful. And that's what I really love about the way Mr. Bradley has this comp plan set up. He has it designed so that we're able to help each other. When you synergize and come together, that's where the strength of your business is going to grow. So don't look at it as if, you know, we're here to tear that business down. You got to look at it as everybody has a position to play. Everybody is there to help. Everybody is there to help you get to the next level. So we got to come together and as one and build depth for strength and to synergize. I definitely want to see if we have our 5-star director, Ms. J.P. Watkins, on the line, because I definitely want to get her input on doing that reach around and not being scared to surpass your upline and going to the next level in your business. Ms. Watkins, do I have you on the back line?
Yes, Director Rhonda Coleman, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Well, yeah, it's important. This is such a powerful lesson as we are on our road to gold. As new people come into this industry and they understand what is required, the first thing people want to do, Director Coleman, is jump into the coal market. And, you know, that is just such a dangerous place to be, because you don't know those people. You know nothing about those people. So cold market is good, but if you could bank on somebody you know versus somebody you don't know, guys, every time you recruit someone, a new warm market opens up if you play your cards right. Every time you recruit someone, you have access to hundreds of thousands of people, so you never run through your warm market. And a lot of times people automatically say, I've talked to everyone I know. But what about the people on your team? Have you talked to everybody they know? Because I know, Director Coleman, I was talking to Ms. Libra Murphy, And this young lady, 82 points, said, I talked to my team and we said, have we really gone through all of our Facebook friends? Have we gone through our whole, phone list? Have we gone through? And then after we say, have we gone through that? Have we taprooted, through our organization? Have we gotten everybody that's in our organization to put us in front of who they know? And then when you see fires underneath, as you stated, I brought in Madeline Alexander. Madeline Alexander brought in Valerie, and then Valerie brought in you. So, that was a taproot. As soon as Madeline said I had a fireball and made me aware of you, I immediately called you and said, meet me at a travel party. I'd like to meet you. And from there, you showed up. And then after I saw that you were serious about your game, I said, hey, meet me at convention. And you drove 26 hours from Texas to Vegas. So I knew I had someone serious. And from there, I just threw you in my back seat. We had backseat university, Director Coleman. We would travel together and we began to form those relationships. That's the power of the reach around. And we taprooted through your organization. I work with you. I work with Will. We work with Tiffany Ingram, right? We worked with many different people, and it was a taproot reach around. And it did what, Director Coleman? I went to Wichita, Kansas. I never went to Wichita, Kansas in my life. But because you had contacts in Wichita, I was in Wichita. So people have to understand, don't just jump into the coal market. Understand that there's meat on the bone if you taproot and reach around with people on your team.
And Ms. Watkins, you are absolutely correct. I brought in one person, which led to 3 people, which led to 9 people, but I still to this day have not taprooted into everybody that's in my organization. And it's a skill that you have to develop, but you can't be scared of it. And like you said, there's a saying when you were younger, stranger danger. You're going out here into this cold market and you're talking to these strangers when you were taught not to talk to strangers. But if you have somebody already in your organization, why not ask them to bring, hey, I know 10 sharp people. And even if they put 10 people on the phone with you and you get 5 out of the 10, you are doing great. If you get 1 out of the 10, you are doing absolutely amazing, but you're doing it within the organization of what you already have. See, we have what it takes already to take us to our next pen level, but we're scared to talk to the people we already have. We're out looking for these strangers that don't want to talk to us because they've been taught about stranger danger. Back to you, Ms. Watkins.
Exactly. And just think about, if you're going on a date, do you really want to talk to strangers or would you rather be hooked up? I would rather be hooked up, me personally, because I would like for my friend to vouch for their friend. I'd like for my friends to tell me just a little bit of something about their friends so that I know that person, I love it when people say, oh, I went to high school with Willie. Or I know Willie, or, I know this person. But if I just met that person online, we're rolling the dice, Director Coleman. We're having to Google we're having to Google and see, do they have a record? Yeah, we got to go and do our own background research on the person. And, so it's kind of like, guys, taprooting and reach around are fundamentals in this industry. And we have access to so many people. We have access to warm market if we would really utilize warm market relationships, but we don't. A lot of times people just jump into the cold market because it's more comfortable, but it's not always more effective. Director Coleman, thank you for doing such a responsible call, bringing up such a powerful topic.
Thank you so much, Ms. Watkins. And I want to, say this last statement. If you have one person on your team right now, ask that person, who are your top 10 people that know you, love you, and trust you? Let's talk to them. That's the start. That's the start of opening that door. If you have 3 people, ask each one of them, who are your 10 people? Guess what, guys? That's 30 people that you will get to talk to that you're going to be able to build that relationship with through the person that you already know. And that person should be edifying you that, you are their senior business partner, you're their upline. That way they feel comfortable talking to you. That edification part is crucial.
And you know what, Director Coleman, let me just add, too, you're a rock star to that new person because now you've helped them go bronze. Now you've helped them go silver. Now you've helped them go gold because you talk to their people, you help them. Now, you're not calling the people for them. I'm not suggesting that anybody call somebody's cousin directly. No, I'm saying, now let's clarify, because we have people saying, will you call my cousin? No, I'm not going to call your cousin, but if you want me to three-way your cousin, I will do that all day long. And so, but we miss an opportunity to be a hero to new people because we're not taprooting with them. We're not getting in the trenches with them. We're just telling them, you do this, you do this, you do this. But if we do it with them, Director Coleman, now they feel more comfortable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree because I get a lot of people that say, will you call for me? I'll send you their number. And when I first started, guys, I had that bad. I would say, if you give me their number, I'll call them. But the conversation doesn't always go as smoothly when you're calling somebody because we're not telemarketers. We shouldn't be out here calling anybody. We should be introduced to. And if we're introduced to, then it's definitely going to go a lot smoother. So I hope that everybody understands the power of, leveraging the time and talent of what you already have in front of you versus just jumping out into the unknown, jumping out into the ocean, trying to swim with the sharks and you know nothing about them. And, I had an incident when I first started my very first week in the business because I didn't know a person. And this lady was going all up and through my downline saying that, Planet Marketing wasn't real. It was a scam. And I remember Miss Watkins sitting me down at 1 o'clock in the morning. She said, did you not look at her Facebook page? Did you not know she was ill? But I didn't know. It was because I was out there stranger dangering.
Yeah, that lady was, if you just go to her page, she was a little bit suspect to begin with. But, exactly. We live and we learn. We live and we learn.
And so, guys, like I say, it's one of those things where we all right now, you can go to your next level. Get with your downline business partners and have a conversation with them. If you brought them in the business, it's okay to talk to them now. Find out their why. Find out what they're really looking for in this business. Now you're going to reach into their warm market, and it's going to take you to the next level. And don't be scared to talk to them, and they shouldn't be scared to talk to the people that they know. So, Ms. Watkins, I'm going to let you give us our closing thoughts on today. And we will go from there.
Well, Director Rhonda Coleman, thank you again. We want everybody to really maximize the last week of Watch, Chat, Travel. Yesterday was such a powerful call. We saw Casey Randolph, the winner, put up 109 points. Insane amount of points. We see some, teams and some individuals who are going and losing their mind. Guys, if you plan on losing your mind, this will be the time to do it. If you plan on taking the brakes off, this is the time to do it. If you plan on being bold in your business, this is the time to do it because the company is experiencing momentum. But the company can experience momentum and you may not. Guys, get a piece of this momentum because everybody is rolling right now. Don't you be left behind. Get in the game. Talk to everybody you know, and also talk to the people in your team and really, really utilize the power of the reach around and the power of the taproot. Director Coleman, what book did this come from? Did you refer them to a particular chapter to read on this?
Yes, ma'am. This came from Building an Empire, and it was in Chapter 4 on page 148 is where they would be able to find this information.
Okay, let's review that. Let's really, really make sure we understand this concept. It can make folks a lot of money. So, I have more than enough in my warm market. I think it would be a really good thing to say. Director Coleman, what would you like to say as we open up the lines today?
I have more than enough would be absolutely amazing.
We touch and agree. I have more than enough. I have more than enough. Okay. Sure.
I have more than enough.